C.W. Johnson Jr. here, folks. I just got done skating at my niece's birthday party. I had not been skating like that since probably over 20 years, so it's been a millennium since I last skated. The last time I skated, it's not been millennium, I'm not that old. The beard would be a lot longer if I was that old. But the last time I skated was in a different millennium, different century, different millennium. It took me a while to get the hang of it, but I eventually got to where I could skate a little confidently around the ring. It got very hot doing it, and so I'm a little tired. But that was fun. You teenagers might feel old, saying that like movies like Napoleon Dynamite and Lord of the Rings are having their 20th anniversaries soon. Well, hey, last time I skated was a different century, so you aren't old. I am. Anyway, so apart from all that aside, uh, there's a poem here that I wrote several years ago called "God Loved Me First." And this poem, the story behind this poem was I went to a paramilitary academy out in Texas. I was not prepared enough for it as I should have been. I also had a learning disability that had not been diagnosed properly. It was not discovered till several years later. That was ADHD, and I never could do any of the assignments the authorities there gave me correctly. So of course I got punished for that, and on top of all this physical punishment that I was taking, there also was a lot of spiritual, emotional, psychological abuse went on at that school and our paramilitary academy, because they had a theology that God's grace was dependent upon us, which it isn't. They taught us that grace without faith, faith without works is dead. That's true, but the faith the works that those verses are talking about, have to do with love and joy and helping the poor. They took those verses and claimed that faith without works is dead by saying if you pray to run 2 miles in 2 minutes or hike 24 hours or whatever, if you pray about passing room inspection and uniform inspection and you don't put your all into it, then your faith is dead, and God's grace is dependent on seeing on your faith and on your works. He looks down, he sees you working hard, giving 100%, and he rewards that with his grace, which is not true. It's BS. God's grace is not dependent upon us at all. God's grace is free, and it's given of his love, and it's given of his grace. That's what it's called, grace. We don't have to work for it. We don't earn it. And this place taught that, and they taught that if you did not succeed at the assignments given to you, that did not have faith and you did not know God. One authority figure who did not know me at all, told me that I did not know God personally because in a stressful situation, I did not stop and pray. Because when you're being yelled at and running and your backpack's coming off and it's raining, um, you really don't have time to stop and pray, do you? It's it was a very abusive situation. The theology there was false, and I got sent home on the 8th week of the 9th week of the program, and I was pretty upset, pretty angry, pretty hurt, pretty bitter, pretty mad, pretty downcast. I was in the pit of despair, the dungeon of despair, as Paul Bunyan would call it. Paul Bunyan, John Bunyan. Yeah, they both had good beards, would say. What could you say? And one verse that helped me through that time was 1 John 4:10. Herein is love, not that we loved God, but that He loved us. And this is the verse that was given to me during that time to comfort me, and this is the poem God gave me during that time to write and to comfort me. And it's not the perfect poem. It's not in the idemic pentameter and all that stuff, and I have thought about going back and rewriting it to where it could be more of a disciplined poem. But for the time being, here is something that God's given me, and which I would like to pass on to you. This poem is called God Loved Me First, and here it goes. God loved me first, how it makes my heart want to burst, that he would quench my thirst, and in his love and mercy. God loved me in my sin and grime, so Jesus took the punishment that was mine, and brought me to his table to dine, with mercy so infinitely divine. He loved me when I was lost and blind, and truth I could not find. He said that in my heart he would sign his love so kind. He loved me though I could not believe, even before my mother's wound was conceived. Even before I in my mother's womb was conceived. God gave his word to give my soul relief, For faith by works I could never have achieved. God will love me forever, though Satan in vain will endeavor my adopted childhood to sever, because Jesus will give up his work in me, never. Lord, make my love for you to grow, and help me to serve you today and tomorrow. Your good seed to sow, so others will know your love also. Thank you very much. It's been C.W. Johnson, Jr. I hope that poem blessed your soul. You have a great day. God bless. God bless America.